Hey everyone, this is Gigi from Kauai Community College. This is unit conversion review number 19 if you were in my Math 100 class. Okay. Now, before I even read the whole entire problem, I should just go and read the question. How many pounds? The question said, how many pounds? So I know in planning ahead, I am going to end in blank pounds. Okay, so that's my ending point. And where do I start? I will start with how many pounds what? Let's read the whole sentence, the whole question here. That's my ending point. How many pounds? Now, where do I start? Okay, that's like, I think is the hardest part of this setup, knowing where to start. So it's first of all, try in the question. There is a known unit and an unknown unit. Unknown unit is how many pounds. So we're going to end with that. How many pounds of fat does Dwayne gain a year? So that's your restriction. How many pounds in 1 year? So you are going to start with 1 year and you are going to end in pounds. Okay. Now, let the unit guide your process. Do not start doing division, multiplication, and try to figure this out. Let the unit guide that math. Okay, so what does that mean? I need to get rid of year. So what about year? Okay, what about year? A year is approximately 52 weeks. Okay, so I'm just now like piecing the information together in terms of that unit conversion. So 1 year is 52 weeks. Okay, so with that said, we will have year divided by year. That's gone, right? Then I am in weeks. I need to cancel out weeks because I need to end in pounds. So what about weeks? What's going on with weeks? Okay, so let's again read the problem. Dwayne goes and get every morning he goes and gets Starbucks. So what about weeks? 1 week he would do what in 1 week if he was going to Starbucks every morning? Okay, so 1 week he will get 7 drinks, right? The venti caramel macchiato. Okay, now weeks will cancel with weeks. Trust your units. Trust your units. Okay, and then now I gotta get rid of the drinks. So what about the drinks? The drinks contain 59 grams of sugar, 13 grams of fat, 13 grams of protein, 3 grams of carbohydrate, and all of which is going to contribute to that weight gain, right? We know that sugar has 4 calories per gram and fat has 9 calories. So let's say this one right here is for sugar. Okay, so that's sugar. Okay, so now that we said that is for sugar, we would say, well, each drink contain 59 grams of sugar. And then what happened with the sugar? 4 calories per gram. So 1 gram will give you 4 calories. Okay, so then you would go and you would say, look, drink cancel with drink, gram cancel with gram. We would have calories. Well, what about calories? Well, if you don't burn the calories, it turns into fat, right? So 3,500 calories will give you 1 pound of fat. 3,500 calorie will give you 1 pound of fat. So unit calorie cancel with calorie, we end up with pound, which is what we wanted. Okay, so for sugar, that's how that's gonna work. And as far as the math goes, you just go ahead and do the calculation. Now, this is multiplication of fractions, so multiply straight across. So on the numerator, you have 52 times 7 times 59 times 4. And on the denominator, you have 1, 1, 1, 1, which you don't need to write. So that's just 3,500 on the denominator, right? And so using your calculator, you will get an answer for that, right? You'll get an answer right here, number 1 for this right here. And then what else are you going to do? You also need to figure it out. That was sugar, right? And then you would do the same process, but for fat. And then you'll do the same process for protein, because each one of these things will contribute to that weight gain. And then you will do the same for carbohydrates. And then you would get answer number 2, answer number 3, answer number 4, and then you would add them all up, and that's how many pounds of fat Dwayne would gain if he didn't burn off the calories. All right, so that is how we approach unit conversion. Figured out where your starting point is, where your ending point is, and I don't think people would have an issue with the ending point, because that's what the question is asking. So you would be answering the question. So how many pounds? So you would say blank pound. How many pounds to do what? How many pounds to gain in a year? So that 1 year is your starting point. Okay, so within the question, most of the time you will figure out your starting point and your ending point. And then the information in the story is what you would use as your conversions to multiply by 1, right? 52 weeks divided by 1 year really is that funky looking 1. That's 1 because a number divided by itself, because the numerator, denominator are equivalent. So, and so let the unit guide your math process, and then just at the end, you will just say straight across. That's how we deal with fractions, and type that into your calculator to get the answer. So that is how we approach unit conversion. Now, a question is, well, what if the story doesn't tell you? Well, if the story doesn't tell you, you will have the conversion reference page given to you in the lesson, back in unit conversion lesson. There is one page that has all of the information there. And so you should be able to use that page if it is just normal conversions. Or it is something that is common sense, like an hour is 60 minutes. A week is 7 days, just like how we just figure that out. Every morning means every day, and there are 7 days in a week, right? So it's either going to be common sense in the story or in your reference page. You should not have to go and Google any information, and you should not Google that for your test.